This is exciting.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like this.
You're all able to see me right now or no?
Yeah, you look
Okay,
good.
cool.
Okay, guys, the thing we're live.
Some other stuff in this, so I don't know. I switched screens here.
Yeah, we're live.
You're all able to see me right now or no?
Okay, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Real Estate Investors Group and our show, Real Talk with Real Estate Investors. Sorry about that, I got stuck a little bit. But how you guys doing? I have here Trevor with me and Mark, and this is our second episode. We're excited to be here and share with you guys valuable information so you guys can um, grow their business, learn more techniques and strategies that can help you get more sales and expand and grow. So, welcome back, Trevor. Welcome, Mark.
What's
We're glad that
happening?
you're here.
What's happening, fellas?
Right on, right on, right on. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here again, guys. Like, this is our second episode. I think we're doing a great job here, and most importantly, excited about bringing value to other people because we know that there's a lot of people, a lot of folks in this group that they're trying to thrive, they're trying to grow, and sometimes it's hard to find those tools that help us get there. And this is the purpose of our show. So today we're going to be talking with Mark. Um, he is a real estate investor. He's been doing it for over 20 years, right, Mark?
That's right. That's right. I started out as a kid, and my dad was an artist, and I used to carry the tools. Come to find, we were fixing and flipping houses back in the '80s, and just growing through family and good, honest work. And I just fell in love with the business, and that's kind of what we're doing with our community here, Real Estate Investors Network here, is building that community from the ground up. Whether you've ever done a deal, you've ever fixed a house, or if you've ever had anything, these are things that you learn as you go, and you teach this business. No man is an island, and Pedro and Trevor and I have kind of dedicated our grow, and we have all the tools from marketing to Trevor's wholesale program, Pedro's marketing, and some expertise that I can offer on the inside. And I think that's kind of the basis of what we want to do and achieve. I'm the founder and CEO of Sell House Fast, We Buy Houses, and I've been virtually wholesaling properties across the United States and based out of Scottsdale, Arizona here for years now. And as a matter of fact, I was telling these guys, I have a contract here. Here's one of the contracts this morning that I'm putting together. Slide back. 2 pages, guys. 2 pages, simple. Very simple. Make it easy. Be honest. Be straightforward.
What are you going to make off that deal, Mark? Just out of curiosity.
Well, when the gavel drops at the end of the day, we're going to probably make $15,000.
Not too shabby, huh?
Yeah. It's there's a lot of effort and time that's gone into building the business and the marketing. Talk about a great payday. When this goes through, it's very exciting to see that. So that's a pretty cool thing.
No doubt. That's awesome, man. How do you typically find your deals?
Well, since I've been doing this so long, there's plenty of marketing that goes into it. Postcards. I have a virtual assistant. I have a dialer. We do a lot of probate. We do a lot of inherited. I get a lot of traffic to my website. Sell House Fast, WeBuyHouses.com. And I have 2 or 3 partners. I have a string of wholesalers all over the United States who bring deals. So it's it's kind of a collaborative effort. We do Facebook. We have videos. We just do a lot of things. I used to do bandit signs, and those are a great way to get started if you're ever looking to do that. I'm telling you what, man, I put out thousands of bandit signs, and that's all I got. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. That's how I got my first several deals. It's a great way to get your foot in the door and get your feet wet, and a very, like you said, a very inexpensive way to really have that phone ringing. So I strongly recommend the Bandit site.
Yeah, definitely.
You had mentioned that you started this all started back in the 80s with your family. Is that what you said? You were working for your dad?
That's right. Well, my dad, he's an artist. He's a filmmaker, and he just to support his family. We have 7 in our family. He would go out and he would locate houses. He would go driving around and on the weekends. And we just, as a kid, I didn't know. We were just driving around, and then we'd drive up into a driveway, and he would say, "Hey, jump out." We'd look at the place, and a week later, he was buying it. And I just it was such a different experience for me to see that. So as an adult, when I grew up, I realized my dad was one of the first flippers in America before they even knew this industry existed.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So
is he still doing it or no?
You know what? He's not. He's retired now. He lives on a ranch up here in Arizona, and he wrote a book, a best-selling book called A Cowboy Christmas: An American Tale. And he goes around to Costco, and he's got a full schedule for winter. But it's a great book. It's in every Western museum in America. So no, he's not doing real estate, but I've kind of taken that over for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's great. Like, how was your first years being a real estate investor? So, I mean, I have noticed that a lot of people that try to share their experience and expertise with other people, they always talk about that moment where they start doing really great in business. But I think in my case, I always like to hear somebody talk about their beginnings and the things that you went through to become an expert, to gain the experience, because those are the things that really people don't like to talk about. But I think they're essential, especially for the folks that are just starting in the real estate investor world, so they can be prepared and they can be ready for what they're gonna find in the beginning.
That's right.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you, Pedro, the thing that was great about it was I went to every seminar. I bought every program I think available on earth. I've spent over $100,000 on my education. I went to the University of Michigan. I'm a graduate. And I just didn't want to go corporate. I said to myself, I have to educate myself. I'm a self-made man, and I want to continue doing that. So I'll tell anyone out there, go and learn. Go to your RIA. Go to these meetings. Meet, network, shake hands, learn, talk. Start trying to do a deal. And if you're afraid, get some hand holding. Let us know. Talk to Trevor. Talk to me. Talk to Pedro. We're here for you to help you make that step and bridge that so you can do your first deal. We'll JV with you as well. If you're scared and you don't know, how to put a contract together or something like that, let us know, because we're here to help.
Absolutely.
Let us know, the hardest thing in the beginning is just stop listening to everybody else. Start listening to yourself. Start listening to your coach. And get on it.
And listen to the folks that are doing it. Don't listen to all these other folks that are wanting to call themselves wholesalers and so forth, but are never doing deals. That's just putting negativity in your mind. It's putting limitations out there and making you think that you can't do it. But myself, Mark, and Pedro are all sitting here telling you, guys, this can be done, and there's a lot of folks that are winning at this and making a very good income from something, that doesn't necessarily require a ton of education to get going. So we want to make sure we want to help you take that first step, that step of action, help you take that leap of faith, because we realize, that this is something that a lot of folks have been thinking about and considering for probably some time now. So, we really want to help you take that first step to really get going and to really help you find your first deal, because the first deal is probably the hardest and the scariest, but boy, it sure starts to get easy from there. Would you agree, Mark?
Oh yeah, couldn't agree more. And I just think that in this market, you know, we got a lot of competition, guys. We got iBuyers who are taking over, you know, Open Door and Redfin and Zillow. Everybody's coming in the market now, man. It's Homey, it's everybody. But let me tell you something I'll never forget. There is more business out there than you know what to do with. I mean, I'm also an agent here in Scottsdale, and you know, it's out there, it's available, it's there for you. Start with a niche. Start with your niche. Stick to one thing. If I was going to do something different, I'd stick to one niche, one area. If your area is not big enough, go find one that is. But stick to one. Start local. Start base, and just build from there. But don't try to spread yourself out too far. Keep within your, you know, a zip code or a couple zip codes or a county, whatever. And, you know, just hammer that and just become the local expert there. And then when you do that, honestly, you're there.
Ain't that the truth too? And, you know, that's when the referrals start coming in and so forth, you know, just, you know, like Mark said, you know, really focus on hammering out a particular area, build your brand, become that figure of authority. And man, you know, things will just start taking off from there. You know, the phone will start ringing. Obviously you want to make sure to, you know, be working the deals with integrity and taking care of folks, because that makes a huge difference too. You know, there's a lot of folks in this industry that are out there for that quick money grab, and that are, you know, out there, you know, really not trying to have, you know, the person that they're working with better interest in mind. If you take care of folks, really provide a value and a service to them, and they feel, you know, like they're walking away a winner, and everybody can be a winner, man, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? And if you take care of folks, they'll take care of you and your business, you know? So I'll tell you that that's something that's really helped my business to grow over the years by leaps and bounds. It's just, you know, obviously working hard, but taking care of folks and doing right by folks, you know? And I promise you, if you do that, man, sky's the limit, right?
Let me tell you, that's so true, Trev. And I'll tell you, you know, in this business, this is a distressed business. People are in distress. People are losing their homes. People don't have money. That's why they're selling these homes. Mm-hmm. They need every dime they don't have. And we are the guys that step in there, and gals that step in there, and we're here to help. If you can serve these folks well, whether you're doing a contract, or you're assigning, or you're doing an owner wrap, or you're doing some creative financing, you know, they don't know what that is, and they don't need to really know, but they need to know that you got their back. And if you can do that well, you'll be successful.
That's right. Absolutely.
And I think you mentioned something that is really important, that is focus on one niche, focus on one area. And that doesn't mean that you're going to stay there forever, right? Because I'm sure that that's how you started. You focus on one, let's say one neighborhood, one city, and then you start expanding from that after you start becoming the expert in your marketplace, right? So it doesn't mean that you're just going to stay in one place, but you have to become an expert first before you can start serving other people. You have to serve a group first before you can serve others, right? Or start expanding the amount of people that you want to help. And like you said, being ethical. And nowadays, I mean, I think it's more easy right now to jump in these kind of industries or these kind of businesses, because I'm sure that you can tell us a little bit about how things were 20 years ago, when we didn't have the internet, when we didn't have access to so many information now, because now it's so simple. You can just come here into the group. You can watch the first episode that we made with Trevor about the wholesaler Chico. They can watch this over and over again, and they can have these resources now to really take action and go out there and get their first deal under their belt. Because right now, I mean, it's amazing. You're just gonna about to make $15,000 for your pocket. I think that amount of money can change someone's life in this group, you know.
One day of work too, you know, that's one day. Well, I should say one day of work, but in one day, you know, that he's made it. And Mark flips houses like that all day, every day, you know, so that's not just a one-off kind of thing.
Right.
You know, guys, the folks that are listening, you know, whatever life that you really want, boy, you can probably get it with this industry. You know, if Lamborghinis and stuff like that are your thing, so be it. You know, there's folks out there doing that. You know, maybe it's just that you want to have more time for your family and your friends, and you want to take them on those cool vacations and travel the world. Maybe it's that. All that I know is that this industry has been great for myself, and it's been great for a lot of folks that I know. And really the only thing that's separating anyone from having that same life and those same successes is just taking that leap of faith and taking action and putting some work. I'm telling you right now, if you do that, boy, you'll be winning and you'll have your first deal in no time. It's not something that necessarily costs a lot to get going. Like Mark said, there's some options like putting up bandit signs. I know that when I started, I bought 100 bandit signs, I think for $300, and I ended up getting 2 deals out of those bandit signs. You know what I mean? And I started, a little bit differently because in my area, they'll fine you for $75 a sign, so that adds up really quick, over 100. So what I was doing is every Friday evening, I'd go out there and put up my 100 signs. Then when Sunday rolled around, Sunday evening, I'd go around and take them all up because during the week, the team would come through and service and nail my ass with a bunch of fines if I didn't do that. But I knew that all the people that were driving around the weekend and so forth were those people that, that were potential prospects. And so $300 really turned into $20,000. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
So, plus work, of course, work's required with anything, but that was my first month right there. You know what I mean? And it, 20,000, where else are you going to go make 20 grand your first month doing anything? Tell me that. You know what I mean? And especially, with that type of ROI or return.
And that's the other thing, you mentioned something very important about the $300 that you spend in those bandit signs, right? You got a $20,000 commission check out of those $300. Am I right?
Right. So I got 2 deals. That was 2 separate deals, but yeah, absolutely. 300 transferred to 20,000.
But you saying that just remind me that one of the things that I have noticed in many industries, not only in the investors industry, but a lot of people are scared to make these kind of investments. They think like, oh, $300 to get some leads and all that stuff. But if you're gonna have a $20,000 commission check out of those $300, I mean, it's really worth the investment. Like I think it's important to know your industry because a lot of people talks about like getting leads for a couple cents, right? A couple dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That also depend on your industry and the efforts that you're trying to do to reach your audience, right? But if you're gonna get $10,000, $15,000 for a $500 investment, it is worth it, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's nothing else out there that I think you can get that type of return, especially that quick. And shoot, and it's not even just with that, there's folks that make a lot of money driving for dollars where you don't have to necessarily spend any money except for gas, drive around and look for vacant signs, gas and time. But you know what? I said the other day on the other podcast is, look, $10,000 isn't necessarily supposed to be easy to make, but there's easier avenues, than others. And this is definitely one of them, I suspect a lot of folks on here have never made $10,000 in a month. That might be, an entire quarter's or whatever's income. Imagine if you could just, educate yourself a little bit, take a little bit of action and go out there and make $10,000. It may not even take you a month. It might take you a week or 2. Who knows? But it's like Mark said, a bit ago, there's no shortage of business out there. There's no shortage of houses. There's no folks, there's no shortage of folks, that are needing our help, that need to sell. And, the only thing that's separating you from getting that deal versus somebody else is just taking that action, getting out there and hustling and making it happen. And I promise you.
That's right. And you really want to relate. You want to relate to the seller. And you want to, one of my unique selling propositions is I like to bring at least 3 to 4 offers for each deal. And, whether I may buy cash, I may do owner financing, I may wrap it, I may assign it out, I may list the property and sell it on the MLS. So at the end of the day, 1, do they like me? 2, do they trust me to do business with? Excellent. And 3, how's the offer look? Which one makes best sense for their situation? And one of the best questions I like to ask is, where are you going? Ask your seller, where are you going when this is done? When we get this closed, where are you going to go? Remember that. Just remember, where are you going to go? And that's a very heavy question. And as part of my arsenal, that's one of the things that I like to find out and get real kind of into what their next steps are. That's key. That's key.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, what and I'll piggyback on that too. That's one of my favorite questions, and also, what got them to this point? What's their reason for selling? You need to know those pain points in order to really be able to, offer a solution to them and
That's
help
right.
paint that picture. Hey, look, you know, I understand. This is probably where you've spent maybe your last 20 years at living. But you told me you're in a position right now where if you don't do anything, you might lose the house. But if you do something with me, we can make this a situation where you can buy another house down the road, and whatever else, or maybe pocket some extra money, to help, some family in need. There's all kinds of different reasons for people that are needing to sell. It's important to dig deeper and take the time to figure out, why these people are needing to sell, and truly care about them, as an individual and as a human, and take care of them, and provide a solution that's going to help them out, and provide, solutions for their needs, so.
Absolutely. That's a great way to look at it. Um, and with all this technology we have, I'd like to address this. Uh, People follow a shiny ball, the next shiny object, the next person that says they're going to do this, the next lead package, the next list.
Mhm.
Just be careful of that, because your efforts and talents, if you're focused and you're right in your zone, and you're in your farm, and you're just doing the basics, stay to the basics, you'll get deals and you'll do deals. Don't follow all this. All this technology can burn you out
You
if you
get
do it
lost.
correctly. Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
Lost and confused, because there's so many folks out there spitting out so many different things, and taking different approaches and so forth. And everybody thinks that their way is the right way. And that can cause a lot of confusion, and cause a lot of folks to not necessarily take action because you're not sure which way to go or where to start. This is going to give you an opportunity, guys, here in this group, to drown out all of the noise. If you follow Pedro, Mark, and myself, I promise you, we've got everything that you need here, all of the tools and the resources, to get you out there, to get you your first deal, and many more. So
And
we want to make sure to give you everything that you got.
yeah, it's all here. I mean, we have everything. We have the support. We have the funding. We can provide funding. We can provide you hard money. We can provide you bridge loans. We can provide you everything you need. I mean, unsecured lines of credit. So, I mean, it's up to you. It's really up to you.
Sure. And
Mark,
we're here.
would you mind
Go
to
ahead.
talk to us a little bit more about the financing and the funding that you offer?
Yeah, yeah. I just set up that page, realestateinvestorfunds.com. And what we're doing is we're reaching out to folks that are looking for a line of credit, looking for hard money, and looking for funds to do a deal. And I will tell you this, make sure you do this, set up your credit, get it. If your credit's not in good shape, it's not above 650, get it there. We can help you with credit counseling, all that good stuff. But make sure you get it, because I'll tell you what, you're going to be out there marketing for deals, and a deal is going to pop up just like this one here, and you're going to need 100 grand in cash to close it quickly without any interruption. You can assign it, but you can get funds and do it. And if you do it that way and you're prepared with funding, you're stepping in the right direction. Now, in terms of like all the I don't know, there's certain things that we can talk about, and certain things we can't with financing laws. But I can say this: if you are looking for that, we have folks that will get on the line with you, talk with you, and share what we can offer in terms of loans and the numbers and everything. I can't share that with you right now, but we know for a fact that we can work with a lot of folks to help them, achieve their goals. Whether you're starting a business or you want to sign up for Trevor's program, he's got funding. He can help you there. Pedro and I have talked about this in terms of buying single family and multifamily units. You just have to prepare yourself and align yourself with the right group. And hopefully when you think about us, you'll think about doing that. And Pedro, we can do another show, and we can get deeper into the funding aspect of it for you and for everyone else, so we know. But at this point, I'll just say that it's available for you guys, and just reach out to us, and we'll make sure you're handled.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting. It's a good time to be in real estate. I mean, I love real estate. I just do. I mean, I'll always be in real estate. I just love the business. Simply
Made more millionaires than any other business out there too, or any other industry, you know?
Yeah, take the summer off too. I do.
Might as well, huh?
Hey,
Go to some warmer weather.
We work hard. We work hard so we can do that. You know, you want to take
That's right.
get in a private jet and go to Vegas, go here. I'm down for that.
It is great. It is great that you mentioned that about you taking the summer off, because there's a lot of people that they think, I don't believe they're seasoned in business. You know, I always hear a lot of people, especially in the real estate industry, like, oh, we don't work in the winter because it is the slow season. My wife, she's making more money than ever in the winter time than in the summertime, because I mean, people still looking for homes, and like you just have to have the right perspective and the right mindset to know that it doesn't matter if it's winter, summer, if you're in the middle of fall, you can always make money if you go out there and put out the work and you have the right tools to make it happen. So there's no seasons to make money. You can make money 365 days a year. So
yeah, and you know
I'm glad
what?
that you mentioned that.
And you know what, Pedro, the good part on that side is I'm still doing deals in the summer. I said I'd take it off. I said I didn't shut down. You know, and that's the difference when you set up a network and you can do this. I do this from a laptop and my cell phone. I could be traveling down in Key West and I'll be doing a deal up in Phoenix or Albuquerque or Michigan, Detroit, Tampa, Colorado Springs, Florida, San Diego, and I'm pushing a contract out there, and then I get it to title, and then man, I'm off to the beach or I'm doing something. So it's like I'm still doing business, but I'm doing it my way, taking the time and doing it right. So set your networks up, get your title companies, make sure you have your buyers. This is one thing, work your buyers. Make sure you have buyers first. Don't go out there looking for deals without buyers, because that's the surefire way to fail. You can have a great deal, but if you don't have a buyer, you don't have an associate or a JV partner to assign it to, you're screwed.
That's right. That's right. And I would say it's guys, if you haven't built your buyer list yet, there's 16,000 folks in this group. Post, hey, look, I'm new to wholesaling. I'm looking to build my buyers list. Who's buying in this area? Let's get you connected with the right folks so that you can go out there and make it happen. And everything that you need here is in this group. All of the education, all of the resources, anything that you could ever want to know. Whether it's about going out and trying to find the deal, figuring out the value of the house, figuring out the value of repairs, how to facilitate a contract, how to negotiate a contract. The list goes on, and all of the resources that you need to make all that happen that leads up to that, whether it's leads, financing, somebody to JV a deal with you, somebody to walk you through it. There's nothing here that you don't need to go out there and make deals all the time. And we want to help you do it. And we would love to hear from you, today and whenever, it's just reach out and let us know that you need help, and we'll provide and give you what you need for sure.
Right on.
Exactly.
Right
or
on.
connect you also with the right people, because
That's right.
that's the most important thing. Like you have to be surrounded with the right people, have a strong network if you want to succeed in any business, because I mean, you cannot learn it all by yourself, right? You need somebody
right.
that can help you. That in my case, for example, I'm someone that I have a lot of ideas, but most of the time I came with the best ideas when I have the opportunity to talk to somebody, because I'm talking and my mind is working, and that's how I grow my stuff, So, and that's because I have a strong network around me, and that's what we're trying to do here in this group, to bring the same value and strong network, so everybody, all of us, can connect, help each other grow, and make money.
That's right. Your network's your net worth, right?
Yep, totally.
Absolutely.
Right. Yep. So there we go. That sounds good.
Great, Mark. We really appreciate you sharing all your experience. And I don't know if you want to add something else that you would like to share with our group here.
Okay.
I know there's especially with the new folks, And
Sure.
maybe you can share a piece of advice for the new people in the industry, or for those who are a little bit more experienced, because I know that things are different. From I mean, 20 years can be a huge difference. I know that when you started, it was harder. Now it's way easier to get a deal and get leads and all that stuff. So what will be two
Yeah.
pieces of advice you can share with us?
Well, that's interesting. It's always, no matter how long you've been in the business, it's always a blessing to get a good deal. And the one thing I would tell folks is we want to share encouragement with you. This business is difficult. It's very competitive. If you go to a house and they have 50 postcards and yellow letters sitting on the porch, that's typical. You're not the only one doing it. Realize that. Don't get discouraged. Keep your chin up. And when you do make a check, God willing, put it in the bank and hold on to it. Don't go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Don't get rich for the minute. Make sure you take that and then put at least 10% back into your marketing fund. Pay your bills, do your thing, but make sure because a deal in the beginning, it's like, oh, how do I do a deal a month? And everybody wants to do that. But I'll tell you what, you might do a deal in 6 months. You might do a deal a year. And then you're going to say, well, what are those guys that are doing 5 deals a month doing? That's going to happen to you. So just realize that and stay strong. And then realize that you can reach out to us, Trevor and Pedro and Kayla and I, and we'll help you lift. We'll help you lift through those hard times. And I think that's one thing that I would just like to end on, and just say, hey, we're here for you.
Absolutely.
Trevor, there's something you want to share?
Man, I just would piggyback on what Mark said. The support is here. Your entire support system and your network is here. Everything that you need and you will ever need is right here. Take action. And, if you guys are looking, for you guys that are kind of experienced and already kind of going here, reach out to me. I'd like to talk to you more about the wholesaler cheat code. It's definitely a shortcut to finding those deals. As well as the upcoming Wholesaler 101 program that I have, or event. It's a live training that's going to give you everything you need from A to Z to go out there and get your deal, all kind of in a crash course, a one-day event. I just want to encourage some folks to take action. You know what I mean? And I would love to hear from some folks today. Please reach out to me. DM me or you or Mark, and let's get you where you want to be. It's time to just, stop talking about it and let's do it. Be about it.
That's right. This is where the rubber hits the road.
That's right.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. I think this is great. And I think this is a great value in this second episode that we are doing of the Real Talk with real estate investors. Yeah, I mean, we're here to help you guys. We're here to help you and answer any questions you may have about marketing, about the wholesaler cheat code, about how you can get started in the industry, about how you can improve other things that you're currently doing, and probably you having issues getting some leads or trying to get someone into contract. Like, we're here to help you and answer all those questions, because that's what we do. We're also learning. I mean, in the same way we have learned already, but we're still learning, and we are here to share those experiences, what we learned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. So stop on by the Real Estate Investors Network on Facebook. We're here for you.
That's right.
Mark, just let us know, besides your Facebook profile, where else they can find you if they have any questions about the funding or about
Wow.
homes.
You'll find me, just Google Mark Van Dyke. You'll find me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm everywhere. And I think you have to be nowadays. I think the social, Pedro was talking to me earlier about, some other stuff he's doing, some great social media marketing. And believe me, you got to be social. You got to be out there. I was on HGTV later last year, and I did a nice tiny desert home piece it was on national television. So it was up in Cave Creek, Arizona. So that's, you could find me there. There's all kinds of spots. DM me here, folks. Whatever you need, we're there. Yep.
Awesome.
Let's
Trevor,
go.
you have the webinar coming this Saturday, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Awesome. So yeah, folks, don't forget this Saturday live training for the wholesaler cheat code. I believe you're going to be bringing a lot of value, right? Can you just remind
man.
our audience?
There's nothing that will be left off the table. No questions unanswered, guys. There's these gurus and so forth out there that work in this industry that charge thousands and thousands of dollars for the information that I'm going to give to you on Saturday. You know what I mean? So it does have a minimal investment required. If there's a problem with any financing or something like that, reach out to me. Maybe we can work something out. Because I just really want to focus on getting that person that's been thinking about this for quite some time into a position where they're doing deals. And so whatever I got to do to make that happen, to make you a part of that event, I'll do so. So please reach out.
Great. That's awesome. Thank you guys for taking the time. Thank you for being here and sharing with this amazing group. I mean, the thing is growing, and if somebody out there wants to share also a little bit about what they're doing, you guys want to bring value, reach out to us so we can have a conversation, and maybe we can also have a special episode with more people. We want more people to jump in here, share their stories, share their experiences, and help others to grow.
No doubt. Absolutely.
Love it. Peace
Awesome,
out,
guys.
everybody. Peace
It was
out.
great talking to you guys. We'll guys see you next week for our third episode, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And well, later.
Go crush it. We'll see you.
See ya.